89.7 FM. Because you love it.
Back in again to Bruno Langa. Oh, it's a beautiful delivery.
A very good morning. Welcome to Sport Update on Jubilee 99.7 FM Lagos. Of course, you know, we do it every day, 8:30 a.m. to 9. Mondays to Friday. They call me the ace striker. My name is Aduniga Abiola Zlatan. And this beautiful Monday morning, just want to do a roundup of the weekend games and talk about today's games. Of course, yesterday, Sunday, another good day for football. And of course, we saw interesting games. And we almost saw an upset yesterday. But let's start from the CAF Confederations Cup, where Zamalek played goalless with Dreams FC. The first semi-final. On the second semi-final, USM Oja versus Barkane. That game was postponed because of political reason. USM Oja, they are an Algerian side, and of course the visiting side are from Morocco. So these North African nations, these two nations have had some political scuffle in the past. And yesterday, when this team from Morocco came in, Barkane FC, the jersey had a Morocco map, you know, on it. And so when they got to the border of Algeria, the customs there confiscated their jersey and of course detained them. Interesting story there coming out from Algeria. So because of the design on their jersey that had the map of Morocco, the Algerian customs detained the Moroccan players. And so that game that was slated for 8 p.m. yesterday was postponed. And what about now? CAF will have to intervene. And so that's what happened yesterday. The CAF Confederations Cup. Zamalek played goalless with Dreams, and the USM Oja Barkane game was postponed. Right about now, we don't know what CAF going to say on the matter, but then of course you can trust the Jubilee 99.7 FM Lagos to bring you up to date with that one. So away from the CAF Confederations Cup, let's go to the Premier League, where we saw 4 games. Everton eased their relegation fears by beating Nottingham Forest 2-0, but then Nottingham Forest thought that they should have got at least one penalty in that game, because they had 3 penalty shouts, which was waved off by the referee, and of course the VAR then called the referee for a check. And so after the game, Nottingham Forest released a statement saying that there's been some kind of conspiracy against the club, and that the VAR official who was in charge yesterday was a Luton Town fan. Of course, Luton Town, of course, are battling. They're battling Nottingham Forest for the relegation. Nottingham Forest right about now just 1 point ahead of Luton Town. And so Nottingham Forest said yesterday after the game, after they lost to Everton, that they felt that the FA are trying to help Luton Town to avoid the drop. In other games, Aston Villa, coached by Unai Emery, defeated Bournemouth 3-1 yesterday to further strengthen their 4th place position. They're now 6 points ahead of Tottenham Hotspur, who have 2 games in hand, but then they have a superior goal difference, better than the Londoners. Aston Villa 3, Bournemouth 1. And of course, a good win there for Unai Emery, who is pursuing a Champions League place for Aston Villa. Bournemouth opened the goal scoring in the 31st minute through Solanke via the penalty spot before Rogers equalized just the stroke of half time. And then in the second half, it was all Aston Villa as Diaby and Bailey scored in the 57th and 78th minutes to give Villa a 3-1 winner. And don't forget, you can be part of the conversation. The phone lines are open for you to contribute at that event at Algeria yesterday. A game didn't go on because of the jersey, because of the design. Algeria felt that this Moroccan team came to aggravate the tension between both countries by having that the Morocco map on the jersey. 070-4100-7997, 070-4100-8997. Should we still be seeing stuff like this in African football? I mean, FIFA have said countless times that politics should not be mixed with football. Well, that's exactly what we saw yesterday, or what we witnessed yesterday. USM Alger versus Bahrain postponed because of the jersey design that had the Moroccan map. You can also send a text to WhatsApp 08052519337. Back to the Premier League, it was a good day for Palace as they beat West Ham 5-2. Incredible result there for Palace, who are also not clear of the drop. Olise, of course, opened the score in the first minute, in the 7th minute, before Eze scored acrobatically in the 16th. And then Emerson, former Chelsea fullback, scored an own goal in the 20th minute to give Palace a 3-0 lead inside 20 minutes before Mateta scored the 4th in the 31st minute. But then Antonio for West Ham scored in the 40th minute to kind of give West Ham some hope of coming back into the game ahead of the second half. But then at the second half, it was all about Palace once again as Mateta scored the 5th goal to put the game to bed. But then Henderson, that's the Palace goalkeeper, scored an own goal in the 89th minute. That was more like a consolation for West Ham United. So it ended 5-2 for Palace at Selhurst Park against West Ham. And in the last game for yesterday in the Premier League, Liverpool, the title hopefuls, were away at Craven Cottage against Fulham. And of course, it was a 3-1 win for Liverpool. Alexander-Arnold scored in the 32nd minute, a beautiful goal there before Fulham fullback Castagna equalized just on the stroke of half time. Then in the second half, Liverpool came back roaring as Gravenberch and Diego Jota scored in the 53rd and 72nd minute to wrap up the game for Liverpool. And that means that Liverpool are now level on the same point with Arsenal at the top of the table, 74-74. That's what the point is right there for Arsenal. And Liverpool and City have dropped to third, 73 points. Right about now, that is the situation in the Premier League. Of course, we know that it's a 3-horse race over there in England. Arsenal, Liverpool, City. That is the order right about now. But then City have a game in hand. They didn't play a Premier League game this weekend because, of course, they were involved in that FA Cup clash with Chelsea, which, of course, they won courtesy of that Bernardo Silva's goal. So Arsenal right now, after that win over Wolves, are now the leaders of the Premier League. And of course, they have a game tomorrow against Chelsea. And a win for Arsenal will put them 4 points clear of City. But then City will now be having 2 games now. City will play on Thursday against Brighton and Hove Albion. Of course, so Mikel Arteta will be telling his boys they have to do all they can to beat Chelsea on Tuesday. Of course, we're talking about that game tomorrow. Luton Town, Burnley, and Sheffield United are still rooted to the bottom 3 of the Premier League. In France, the Ligue 1 just about 5 games to go in that division, and PSG are 11 points clear of second place Monaco, 66 points. PSG, Monaco are on 55. Of course, PSG beat Lyon 4-1 yesterday at the Parc des Princes to further underline the dominance in that league. Brest are third on 53. Don't forget that in France, top 3 teams will qualify for the UEFA Champions League next season. That's a good one there for PSG. Of course, they've dominated France since these Qatari owners took over. They're on the way to winning another league title. Marseille played 2-2 with Toulouse yesterday, and Monaco went to Brest and won 2-0, even though they got 2 red cards. That's they won 2-0 with 9 men. Montpellier won 2-1 away at Reims. Lille beat Strasbourg 1-0. Le Havre 0, Metz 1. Those are the results coming out from the French League 1 yesterday. What about now? There's really not much to know about the French League. PSG, of course, they are champions even before a ball is kicked, just like in Germany, where Bayern Munich have dominated the league, 11 consecutive league titles before Bayer 04 Leverkusen stopped them this season. So that's the situation in the French league. In the German Bundesliga, of course, just like I mentioned, Bayer Leverkusen already champions of the league. Werder Bremen yesterday beat Stuttgart 2-1. Stuttgart, of course, were the same or level with Bayern prior to this weekend, 63-63. Of course, the Bayern second with a superior goal difference. But yesterday, Stuttgart lost to Bremen. Bayern won on Saturday, so there's now a 3-point gap between Bayern and Stuttgart. Bayern are second, Stuttgart are third. And Dortmund, they should have won yesterday. They played against champions Leverkusen. Of course, Leverkusen, right about now, what they're playing for is to go unbeaten for the rest of the season. And when Dortmund scored in the 84th minute through Füllkrug, we all thought that maybe finally Bayer Leverkusen will lose for the first time this season. But then 90 plus 7, Stanisic equalized for Bayer Leverkusen to continue their unbeaten run. And that's 45 matches unbeaten for Bayer Leverkusen, a new record in the top 5 leagues. Not just Germany, top 5 leagues. No team has ever gone beyond 44 games unbeaten. Bayer Leverkusen set a new record there. And finally in Germany yesterday, Freiburg played 1-1 with Mainz. So right about now in Germany, Bayer Leverkusen, Bayern Munich, Stuttgart, and RB Leipzig are the top 4 teams. Of course, Dortmund without draw yesterday, now just 2 points behind Leipzig. If they had won, they would have leveled Leipzig, but then Leipzig have a superior goal difference over Dortmund, plus 35 for Leipzig and plus 23 for Dortmund. So Dortmund have all to play for there in the German Bundesliga and the race for the UEFA Champions League. Of course, they have an avenue to also qualify for next season Champions League. That's if they win this year's Champions League. Of course, they're in the semi-final where they will play PSG. The bottom 3 in the German Bundesliga: Bochum, FC Köln, and Darmstadt. I've got a message on WhatsApp, and this one says, top of the morning, Abiola, Zlatan, and the whole Jubilee FM crew. I love the way you anchor the football analysis. Okay, he said, I think the race for Premier League is still open. Remember, football is like biscuits, and Jude Bellingham was great against the Barcelona in the Clasico. This is Monday from Ikondo, Lagos. All right, Monday, thank you very much for that one. We really appreciate you. Of course, Monday feels that the Premier League is still open. Of course, obviously, just 1 point separates first and third. with just 6 games to go. 0704100 7997 0704100 8997. You can send a WhatsApp message just like Monday just did to 0805-251-9337. But Monday feels that the Premier League is still open. Well, some other people feels that Manchester City will win the league. Right about now, it's open, it's close. But at the end of the day, City will be lifting the trophy once again for the 4th time in 4 seasons. Let's move away from Germany. Let's go to Italy, where Inter Milan could become champion today if they beat AC Milan at the San Siro. One of the biggest matches in world football, the Milan derby. Inter versus AC Milan. Of course, I'll get to that one. But yeah, let's look at the result from yesterday. Sassuolo lost at home to Lecce 3-0. Torino played goalless with Frosinone. Salernitana lost at home to Fiorentina. And Monza lost to Ademola Lookman's Atalanta. Of course, Lookman started from the off. I mean, it was in the starting 11. And those 2 goals came from, or it was assisted by Lookman. So Ademola Lookman, of course, was on form yesterday as he helped Atalanta to a 2-1 away win at Monza. Right about now, 5 teams will go through to the Champions League next season from Italy. And right about now, Inter, AC, Juventus, Bologna, and AS Roma occupying the top 5 places. There, Atalanta, with their win yesterday, reduced the gap between themselves and 5th place Roma to just 1 point. But then Roma have a game in hand. If they win, they will increase the point back to just 4 points. Lazio 7th. Napoli 8th, Fiorentina 9th, Torino 10th. The bottom 3, Frosinone, Sassuolo, and Salernitana. And in the NPFL, Kano Pillars defeated Gombe United 4-0. Gombe, of course, looked sure of dropping back to the NNL. Katsina beat Sporting Lagos 2-0. Sporting Lagos during midweek appointed a new manager and sacked the former manager for whatever reason, and they brought in this guy. But then his first game away at Katsina, he lost 2-0. Akora beat Aqua 1-0. Lobby Stars played goalless with Bendel Insurance, and Niger Tornadoes defeated Doma 2-0. Plateau 1, Remo Stars 0. Rivers United defeated Enugu Rangers 2-0. And Sunshine Stars played a 1-all draw with Eyimba. And even with those results for the top 2 teams, talking about Enugu Rangers and Eyimba, they are still the top 2 teams in the NPFL. Rangers 54 points, 2 points ahead of Eyimba, 152. Lobby Stars and Plateau United round up the top 4. The bottom 4 right about now: Bayelsa, Aqua, Outland, and Gombe. Rivers United were among the bottom 4 teams before that win against Rangers. So right about now, they've moved away from the relegation zone. 37 points and just 1 point above Bayelsa, who are in 17th. In Portugal, Sporting CP continued the march towards the title as they beat Victoria Guimarães 3-0. FC Porto also won away at Casapia 2-1. It ended 2-2 between Famalicão and Portimonense, and Chavez played 2-2 with Estoril. And so Sporting CP sitting comfortably at the top of the Portuguese league there. 80 points, 10 points ahead of second place Benfica. Porto third on 62. Same as Braga, who are also on 62 points. The bottom 3 there are Portimonense, Chavez, and Vizela. Finally, in Spain, Getafe played 1-1 with Real Sociedad yesterday. Early kickoff, Almeria lost at home to Villarreal 2-1. Alaves shocked Atletico Madrid 2-0. Interesting result there. And Real Madrid twice came from behind to beat Barcelona 3-2. Interesting game there at the Santiago Bernabeu, where, of course, Christensen put Barcelona in the lead in the 6th minute, very early in the game. And then before Vinicius Jr. equalized 12 minutes later from the penalty spot. And in the second half, Fermin Lopez put Barca in the lead again in the 69th minute before Lucas scored for Real Madrid in the 73rd minute to make it 2-2 before Jude Bellingham in stoppage time gave Real Madrid the win. That will be the second time this season Jude Bellingham will be scoring the winner against Barcelona. He did the same thing in the first leg at home away at Barcelona that gave Barcelona that 2-1 win. So right about now, Real Madrid are 11-point clear of Barca in the La Liga table, and then with just 6 games to go, Real Madrid just need 9 points from the remaining 6 games to be crowned champions for the 36th time in Spain. The top 4 right about now: Real Madrid, Barcelona, Girona, and Atletico Madrid. Athletic Bilbao, Real Sociedad, Betis, Valencia, Villarreal, and Getafe round up the top 10. And the bottom 3 right about now: Cadiz, Granada, and Almeria. Let's take a look at some of transfer news making the rounds all about now. Barcelona interested in signing Liverpool's 27-year-old Colombia forward Luis Diaz. Of course, Luis Diaz's father said about 2 weeks ago that his son would like to move to Spain to play for either Real Madrid or Barcelona. Right about now, Barcelona have shown interest in the Colombian. And Barcelona are willing to listen to offers for 25-year-old Uruguay defender Ronald Araujo this summer, which United showing interest as well. Of course, Ronald Araujo was said to be untouchable for Barcelona, but then recent events means that Barcelona have changed their mind and are willing to listen to offers for the Uruguayan. Arsenal, Liverpool, Manchester United are among clubs interested in signing Real Madrid 28-year-old France defender Ferland Mendy. Of course, Real Madrid are looking to sign Alphonso Davies, and that could pave the way out for Ferland Mendy. And the likes of Arsenal, Liverpool, United are interested. Of course, it's no news that Arsenal are looking for a striker this for next season, and they've identified Juventus striker Dusan Vlahovic, which will cost them 60 million euros if they're going to take the Serbian to the Emirates. And that wraps it up for a sport update this beautiful Monday morning. Just about 2 minutes to the hour of 9.
Jubilee 99.7 FM, because you love it.
Back in again to Bruno Langa. Good.